Welcome back to the Smugsy Show. I'm Smugsy, your host. Every Wednesday we meet here to talk about important things and important people. LBTGQ. Happy Pride to those who celebrate. Trans fans, alphabet people everywhere. Glad you're here with us because we celebrate Pride. Be proud of who you are. The motto of the show is Right Road Narrative. The refrain, define yourself. The chorus, fuck cancel culture. So be proud of who you are. This week's show is called The Birdcatcher at Camp Betty. But first, a word from our sponsor, Smug Ciggies. Sleek and elegant joint ciggies made with organic cannabis rolled in all-natural, locally sourced paper. Look for Smug Ciggies in the pretty indigo and marigold packs. Okay, well. So foul and fair a day I have not seen. You know that quote from Macbeth? That's the mood, okay? Setting the stage for the show at Camp Betty. As many of you know, it's been a minute since the show left Barstool and was deployed to Camp Betty to fight for refugee housing. We joined the war effort in the image of Zelensky. And it is Zelensky who inspires us, and it was not easy. We almost lost the show on our way to Camp Betty. The show almost died, but thankfully it didn't. And as you may recall from last week's show, not only did the show survive, but we were able to crack a major crime. Stolen signs, similar to what happened with the Houston Astros. In baseball, you know, it's legal to steal signs, but it's not legal to record. At Camp Betty, it's the opposite. You're not allowed to steal signs, but you can record. So, the signs were stolen. We offered a reward. The signs were returned. I get a call. And it's this guy, Birdcatcher Bob. And I was like, oh, hey, Birdcatcher Bob, thanks. We got the signs back. And he said, well, I have some information you might be interested in. And I'm a curious person. So I said, sure. And so Birdcatcher Bob, it turns out, confirms that not only is the sign stealer a thief, but he's a cheat. The same guy who stole the signs cheats in bird counting. Just back up, I'll unpack that a little bit. Okay, Bird Watcher Bob in Camp Betty is a bird counter because everybody who does anything at Camp Betty, you can compete. And in bird watching, one way to get into competition is to count birds, because if you're a good bird counter, you know, it's volunteer, but if you're a good counter, then you can become an influencer, and you can get, you get binoculars, nice bird watching fanny pack. I mean, it's big at Camp Betty. So Bird Watcher Bob suspected that Major Dick, okay, the guy who stole the signs, he had been Sergeant Dick, but now he's a Major Dick, was cheating in bird counting. So this is like maybe 5 years ago, apparently, put a little camera up to, just watch Major Dick watch and count the birds. Well, isn't that interesting? I said. I'm looking at my watch like, thanks, Birdwatcher Bob, but, I've got a war on my hands here. I'm fighting for refugee housing against the Dicks, so I gotta go. And he's like, but wait, I think this is information that you're gonna be interested in because it involves Major Dick and Dixie Do-Gooder, the mayor of Camp Betty. Okay. All right. I'm all ears. Birdwatcher Bob says that Major Dick broke the cardinal rule when it came to bird watching and counting, and not only cheated on the count, but entered the thicket. And this is where it really gets... Not only is there a lot of birds at Camp Betty that people count, but there's New England cottontails, and they live in the thicket and the thistle. And where Major Dick was cheating in bird counting, he was also cheating on his wife with the mayor of Camp Betty in the thicket. It's, I mean, this is what Birdwatcher Bob tells me these tapes show, is that Major Dick and Mayor Do-Gooder meet at the New England cottontail thicket for a little trinket. It's a secret. They're living a secret life. They're down there doing things like rabbits. And I said, well, I'm sure that would make an interesting story, Birdwatcher Bob. But how much do you think somebody should pay for some sort of political porn like this? I mean, I put out an offer for reward on solving the crime of the stolen signs, and this has nothing to do with the stolen signs. However, it does have to do with the enemy, and that is a Major Dick, and we're fighting the Dicks for refugee housing. I said, technically, this isn't information leading to the solving of the crime, but maybe I could make you an influencer. And his ears perked right up. Birdwatcher Bob said, well, how could I be an influencer? And I said, well, you could send me the tapes of Major Dick and Mayor Dixie Do-Gooder in the rabbit thicket. And that would influence me to send you a check. And he said, great. And so, I think we might be onto something. So next week, I'll share with you the tapes of Major Dick and Dixie Do-Gooder in the rabbit thicket, doing what rabbits do at Camp Betty in the fight for refugee housing. Stay tuned. Stay with us here on The Smugsy Show. And until next time, this is Smugsy signing off.